This picture is going viral with Bria Hartley with the sinister grin, right? This malevolent look that's on her face right now, clearly smiling after injuring Sophie Cunningham, man.
Bria Hartley just took Sophie Cunningham out of the game with what looked like a brutal leg collision.
Bria Hartley's actions on the court have left fans questioning the true nature of her collision with Sophie Cunningham. Was it just a reckless play, or something far more sinister? The outrage reached a boiling point when cameras caught Hartley smiling as Cunningham limped off in clear pain.
Sophie Cunningham, let's be clear here. Sophie Cunningham was targeted. Let's be very, very clear here. But Sophie Cunningham was flat out targeted by a dirty, dirty player.
What was supposed to be a routine basketball move spiraled into one of the most controversial moments of the season. Was this an accident, or did Hartley cross a dangerous line?
Oh, and Cunningham is down. My goodness. Should be. You know, scary moment as we went to commercial. Sophie Cunningham hit the floor hard, and she is being helped off the floor, heading back to the locker room.
It all started with a hard drive to the basket. Bria Hartley bulldozed her way through traffic in the second quarter, only to have her momentum carry her directly into Cunningham's right leg. The result? Cunningham immediately clutched her knee, collapsing to the floor in agony. The trainers rushed to her side as she was helped off the court, unable to continue.
The play that just occurred.
That's like she tries to slide over right there, and Hartley just kind of falls and makes collision with that lower leg. You see her immediately grab it. And she went down hard and was clearly in a lot of pain.
This wasn't just another injury. It was something worse. The entire court went silent as Sophie was helped off. Cunningham was ruled out for the remainder of the game, and fans were left to process the implications. The slow-motion replays didn't soften the blow. If anything, they made it worse. The angle of the collision, Cunningham clutching her knee, and the painful grimace spread across her face painted a vivid picture of the severity.
Indiana Fever fans wake up pissed off today. Pissed off. Not only are we getting assaulted, but they're smiling about it. This is the 6th time they've smiled, laughed, and cheered on our Indiana Fever players getting assaulted, getting injured. And it pisses me off.
But what made it worse? The lack of intervention from the referees. As if the play itself wasn't enough, the referees never reviewed the incident. The game continued without any interruption or review of the injury, even though it was clear to everyone watching that something serious had happened. The failure to stop the game and properly evaluate the situation left many fans questioning the integrity of the officiating. Why didn't the refs step in?
Bria Hartley deserves zero benefit of the doubt. And Sophie Cunningham's family not too happy. I believe
the incident sparked a social media firestorm. With fans demanding accountability, people were quick to accuse the WNBA of failing to protect its players, and their voices grew louder as the minutes ticked by.
Making all kind of excuses to say that Bria Hartley is not a dirty player. Let me tell y'all something, man. Come on in here. Come on in here, man. Let me tell y'all something. If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, eats like a duck, it's a duck, man. Come on, man. She is the dirtiest player in the WNBA right now, winning the trophy. All right? Winning the trophy for it. Don't sit here and try to tell me Bria Hartley is not a dirty player.
Cunningham's sister Lindsay, and even her mother Paula, joined in, expressing their frustration over the lack of action. They didn't just call out the referees. They also criticized the league for consistently penalizing players who speak out, but never holding officials accountable for their mistakes. Where does the league stand on this?
Listen, Sophie Cunningham was targeted, y'all. I'm telling you right now, Sophie Cunningham was targeted by Bria Hartley, and it just is what it is. It is what it is. I don't want to sit here and play games and act like, you know, she wasn't. She was targeted by Bria Hartley, and that's just the fact of the matter. And people can act like it's not all they want. I told you guys this girl was a dirty player, and that's all she did today was show how dirty she is.
But that wasn't even the worst part. As the cameras panned away from the court, something caught the attention of viewers everywhere. Bria Hartley's smirk. Yes, she was caught on camera smiling while Cunningham was helped off the floor. To some, it seemed like a cruel, heartless response to a player being hurt. Could this moment have been any worse for Hartley?
Look, you can tell Bria Hartley, in my opinion, she launched herself into her knee. She did. And I've seen some of the reaction online. And guys, it's despicable. It really is. There's a lot of people celebrating this injury. And guess what? You can imagine who it is. It's members of the old WNBA fandom, the ones that root for Paige Beckers and Angel Reese and Asia Wilson and all the usual damn suspects.
The world of social media exploded as fans watched the clip over and over again. To them, this wasn't just a moment of bad optics. It looked like Hartley laughing as Sophie Cunningham was helped off the court, and that struck a nerve across every corner of social media. It wasn't just about the collision anymore. It was about Hartley's complete lack of remorse.
Atkins, 7 to shoot. Cardoso rolls, catch. Cardoso over the top, can't get it. Reese fights for the rebound and a foul, and this time gets a little chippy and a shove on Nelson Ododa. And listen, this arena, typically we'll see some ringside fights, and Charles this time trying to fight through the official, points a long finger. And as both teams walk to their respective corner.
But we mentioned the physicality and that last possession, the contact being let go. This time, I think it was accidental by Hartley. And then Reese just with a big reaction. And Tina Charles, being the vet that she is, gonna stick up for her team. If you know anything about Angel Reese, she is going to go hard. She's tough. She cares about making a stand for her team. And I love the reaction from Tina Charles as a vet. You want to see your vet.
For many fans, Hartley's reaction wasn't an isolated incident. Her past behavior on the court made this moment even harder to ignore. Hartley had already built a reputation for aggressive, sometimes reckless play. Earlier this year, she was caught on camera yanking Angel Reese's hair during a rebound, leading to a heated confrontation. She followed it up with a scuffle against Rebecca Allen that led to her ejection. These weren't just minor incidents. They were part of a pattern that had begun to define Hartley's career. Was this smile a sign of her true character?
This is Bria Hartley right here, grinning from ear to ear with Sophie Cunningham smiling. I mean, that's despicable, folks. There's no other way to look at it. Yeah, how about this right here? That chick grinning after Caitlin Clark got slammed to the ground. And then this chick. I mean, really? Unbelievable.
T fans and analysts alike began connecting the dots. When you look at Hartley's history of on-court behavior, the smirk after Cunningham's injury doesn't feel like an isolated incident. It feels like the culmination of a growing perception.
An assassin! Kelsey Mitchell! Every game is a home game! Listen to the crowd in Connecticut! Final score in overtime! Fever 99, Sun 93, and Indiana completes the greatest comeback in franchise history.
Hartley's past actions now seem to confirm her role as the villain of the story. Hartley's past history combined with her on-court reaction sent social media into overdrive. Fans saw this as the final straw. They were no longer content with the idea that Hartley was just a reckless player. They now viewed her as a repeat offender, someone who had crossed a line one too many times.
An assassin, Kelsey Mitchell, has a new career high. Backdoor Mitchell, bouncing in the paint for 2. Kelsey Mitchell, the pig is snatched up. Mitchell squeezing through for 2 at the foul. Fouls on the other end. It's Mitchell launching it and connecting.
Even Cunningham's family couldn't hold back. Lindsay Cunningham, Sophie's sister, voiced her anger at the referee's response, pointing out how the WNBA's history of punishing outspoken players for calling out bad officiating had created a culture where such errors go unpunished. The question was simple: why didn't the WNBA step in?
It's another double-double for Aaliyah Boston. Boston will fire a 3, and it's in. Boston the putback. Plus the foul.
Oh, look at Boston just muscle her way into Charles and lay it in. Boston deep position. Boston pretty spin. Back to Boston. Who ties the game? Boston now with her 15th double-double of the year. That's a new Fever franchise record.
For the Indiana Fever, this injury was more than just a setback. It was a blow to their playoff aspirations. With several key players already sidelined, including Caitlin Clark and Aari McDonald, the loss of Cunningham left the team with even fewer options on the court. Her leadership and scoring were crucial to the team's success, and without her, the Fever's chances of making a deep playoff run were practically non-existent. How would they survive without her?
Mabry knifes off the screen. Charles is doubled.
And Indiana looks like they're in a zone right now.
Kick out and stolen by Mitchell. Explodes 2-on-1. Sims elevates for 2 and a foul.
Bug with their point guards. This is where you have Odyssey Sims coming in. Kelsey Mitchell making a great heads-up play here, but Odyssey Sims has done a great job early on coming in.
As fans and pundits weighed in, the league's response, or lack thereof, became the main point of contention. The idea of suspending Hartley was floated, but so far, the WNBA had done little to address the controversy directly. Could Hartley be suspended for this? Analysts began drawing comparisons between this incident and other controversial moments in the league, questioning whether the WNBA would continue to let these actions slide. Was this another instance of the league's failure to act?
Erupt as the momentum swung completely.
Shot clock down to 6 for the Fever. Turner, up fade. Turner kicks it. Hole three-pointer. Bottom!
Indiana's just...
Looking back, many fans and analysts began to ask, could this injury have been avoided? Was Hartley's collision with Cunningham an accident, or did her aggression lead to an entirely preventable injury?
I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you too. I'm so proud of you guys.
The fact that the referees didn't intervene or review the play only made the situation more frustrating. Had there been a stricter emphasis on player safety, could this collision have been prevented? The smirk Hartley displayed after the collision is, for many, the defining moment of this entire controversy. But what did it mean? Was it simply a reaction to the adrenaline of the game, or was it an indication of a deeper issue with Hartley's character?
We will never be counted out because that is worth gold.
Experts and fans alike began to break down the psychology behind Hartley's expression. Some believed it was a moment of misplaced frustration. Others saw it as a reflection of someone who felt untouchable, immune to the consequences of her actions. For fans, it became clear that Hartley had crossed a line.
First and foremost, they're good human beings. You know, they're selfless. They're tough. They don't care who gets the credit. They don't care whose day it is. They got something inside of them that you just can't teach. And, you know, they bring it out of each other. And it allows us to go through these incredibly tough times that we're going through, and always gives us a chance.
The incident with Hartley and Cunningham raises important questions about the WNBA's role in ensuring player safety. How much responsibility does the league have in curbing this type of behavior? For years, the WNBA has been criticized for failing to hold players accountable for aggressive actions. As more incidents like this pile up, fans are beginning to wonder whether the league will ever take meaningful action. What does the future hold for the WNBA when it comes to protecting players?
Breezy, you are the consummate professional. We love you. We appreciate you. You are huge.
Cunningham's importance to the Fever went far beyond her skill on the court. As one of the team's primary leaders, her leadership was crucial to keeping the Fever afloat during a season filled with injuries. Her absence leaves a massive hole in the team's structure. Without her, the Fever would have to rely even more heavily on their remaining players, something that would test their already fragile roster. In the aftermath of the incident, the media played a major role in shaping the narrative. Outlets across the country were quick to weigh in on the collision, the injury, and Hartley's actions. Some took a more sympathetic stance, chalking it up to a freak accident, while others zeroed in on the controversial reaction and what it meant for the future of the WNBA.
And I'm just so incredibly proud of them for continuing to believe, for continuing to pull together, for continuing to step up. I mean, every single person on this roster impacts winning for us. And every single person on this roster is valued for how they impact winning, whether they play a second or not. They give and give and give to this team. And I'm thankful for this group.
As the fallout from the incident continued, the question of consequences remained up in the air. What would the WNBA do next? Fans and analysts debated whether Hartley would face a suspension or if the league would once again fail to address her actions. For many, this moment was the tipping point for the WNBA's credibility when it came to holding players accountable. In the end, the incident between Bria Hartley and Sophie Cunningham has left the WNBA with some difficult questions to answer. Will Hartley face consequences for her actions? Will the league take meaningful steps to protect its players moving forward? One thing is certain, this moment will go down as one of the most controversial in recent WNBA history, and the fallout may have long-lasting effects on the league. What do you think? Should Hartley be suspended, and what steps should the WNBA take to ensure player safety? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below.